everyone, welcome back to the channel. I know that you're probably looking at this video right now, you're seeing this white bag and you're asking yourself, where is the hobonichi box? Where did the shipment come from? I actually was able to go and make my hobonichi purchase in person at their pop-up event in Brooklyn today. They had a pop-up in this really cute space in Greenpoint. I headed over there this morning. I had a ticket at 9:20 a.m. The event was free. You just had to make a reservation through Eventbrite so that they could kind of get a head count and time out when everyone was going to be there. It was a pretty small space, so I think it made sense for the layout of the store. It was so fun getting to see everything in person. They even had the special stamp with the robot and it says New York on the top. I thought it was so cute. I always forget to bring my current journal to these events and I always have to use the scrap paper that they provide, but I'm just glad that they had that. Because this event is officially run through Hobonichi, they had a lot of the exclusive designs that other US retailers aren't getting. So I was able to secure my Moomin cover. So exciting, and it was so cute to see all the covers on display together and see everyone making their purchases. It was just a lot of fun. So here she is. This is the main event of my haul this year. I got the A6 Moomin cover. I feel like the design really pops on the dark background. It's such a nice contrast to my really bright cover from this year. You can see it up in the top left. I have the water candle cover, so it has that bright orange on the inside, which has been nice, but I'm happy to have kind of a darker layout on the inside and outside this next year. I absolutely love the firework design on the inside. It continues all the way through, even behind the pockets. And there's a really cute design of Moomin and Snufkin on the bridge together on the pocket. This little card that they have inside the cover, I ended up putting in my current journal on today's page. It just has a bit of information behind the original author and artist of the Moomin Trolls. I'm staying in the same hobonichi from last year. I will be in the A6 original. I talked about this a bit in my lineup video. I just think I prefer the single book design, at least for right now. I've gone back and forth in the past. My very first hobonichi in 2020 was a avec. I bought the second half of a year off someone on like Facebook Marketplace. So that was how I got my start, but I've really been enjoying having this single book this year, and I think it just makes a lot of sense. This is the booklet that came with the hobonichi this year, with the theme You Love You and the robot on the front. I always love that they have a new little design of these every single year. I think it's such a fun little addition, and you can see that they give you some ideas to what to write about in your journal. I'm also really intrigued to do this little dot picture puzzle. I think it's very cute. This is always kind of the violent part of the video every year. I have to put the book into the new cover, which means you have to bend that cover really far back. I think it's good though. It kind of gets you past the place of it being like a pristine notebook that you don't want to, quote, mess up. I think the kind of violence that it requires to get that cover in sometimes is actually helpful. It takes away like the fear of not having a perfect notebook. I love how many designs are hidden throughout this cover, in the back pocket, on the inside pocket, and I also love that the tassels are inspired by Moomin's tail. It is such a cute detail. I love it so much. Here are the 3 pencil boards from the Moomin collection. I bought all 3 because obviously I use an A6. I also have an A5 that I do kind of random journaling in whenever the feeling strikes me. It's a day-free A5. And then I, of course, still have my weeks from this year. Even though I haven't been using it much, when I do use it, I always use a pencil board whenever I write in any of my notebooks. So I wanted to have the weeks one in rotation as well. I think the designs for these are just so cute. They actually remind me of the Paddington designs from last year, the kind of sketch drawing on the front. Another part of the Moomin collaboration, I got this stencil. I love his little expressions on the stencil. It's so cute. I honestly wish there had been even more accessories for this collection in the lineup. I didn't end up buying any of the Deco Rush or any of the memo pads. I would have loved to have maybe sticker flakes similar to what the Tamagotchi collection got. As far as stickers, I ended up purchasing these Yumi Kitagishi stickers. I didn't have any in my collection this year, so I figured I would get some stickers because everything is always so appealing from that collection. I also ended up getting the cover on cover that I really liked. I am probably going to take my current plain cover on cover off of my 2025 journal, put it on my moomin cover for next year, and then use the cover on cover on my current journal now. Just kind of doing like a mid-year swap, keeping things fresh and also keeping the moomin cover protected. I also picked up 2 Tamagotchi weeks for my sister and her friend. I love the stickers that they include with this. I have so many fond memories of trying to keep my Tamagotchi alive in elementary school. I think my school ended up banning them because people were so stressed about feeding their Tamagotchi. Mine never lived very long. I also got her the pencil board for the weeks. I'm very pro pencil board. Some people don't use them at all in their journals, I know, but that's one of the first things I say when someone's getting into hobonichi. I'm like, you have to get the matching pencil board because you don't want to get the lines on the other page. She also requested the sticker flakes, so I got a box for her and her friend. These are actually sold out online currently. And here is the stamp. I was honestly surprised I was able to stamp it that well. Every time I go to Yoseka and I try to stamp my journal, I mess it up in an incredible way. This is one of the free stickers they were handing out at the event. They had a few different characters. And here are the pens. I never use the tricolor pens. I used them for a bit in 2021, but for some reason, I'm just not a big fan of the ink. Here is the robot paperweight that came along with my A6. I love finding out what the free gift is every year. I never know what to expect from them. They also had these beginner guides at the event. It reminds me of a much smaller version of the guidebook, which I've never had, but I always love looking at it on the website. I would love if they would make an English version of the guidebook. I think it'd be really fun to look through if I could read it. I also received this pamphlet at checkout that gives you some information about the Hobonichi app. I was also given a voucher for a free trial of the photo feature on the app, which essentially takes your pictures and will automatically print them for you at the exact right space to fit into the monthly boxes in your Hobonichi. I didn't realize that the app had premium features, so, you know, everything seems to be a subscription-based model, which is a whole other conversation, but I thought it was at least nice that you get a little trial of it. And that is my haul for this year. I absolutely loved going in person. It was honestly such a relief for me to be able to just go in person, see everything with my own eyes, pick things up, talk to the staff, and just have like a fun shopping experience in the morning. I hope that they continue to do the pop-up. I think it's a great idea, and I think New York is perfect for it. There were so many people there, and everyone was just so excited. There are already so many cute stationery stores in New York, especially in Brooklyn. I think that a pop-up fits in perfectly there. That is all for my video today. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope your purchases went well. I hope that if you're in the US, things are going smoothly, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.